Welcome to Suburban Death Metal Dad Bonus Tracks episode 107, Best of Instrumentals. So in this video I just want to share my top 10 instrumentals, and I feel like an instrumental can definitely enhance an album, or it can basically feel like a song that was left unfinished and they just didn't get lyrics or vocals done for it. But in this case, I think these songs are really strong as instrumentals and really stand out. And so let's take a listen. This next album's maybe a bit underappreciated because it's in between two killer albums from the band, but I think it's a really good one. And the opening track is an instrumental, and I think it's a total ripper, talking about Into the Lungs of Hell from Megadeth. So far, so good, so what? This next one was definitely a big turning point for the death metal scene, and it was released in 1991, and pretty much my favorite from the band, and talking about Death Human and the instrumental Cosmic Sea. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know this is one of my favorite bands, and pretty much this is my favorite album from them, released in 1992. And the instrumental on here I think is excellent, and talking about Nocturne in B minor from Nocturnus Thresholds. I picked up this CD in 1993 when it was released, and it's definitely not what I was expecting. It's very unique and weird, talking about carbonized disharmonization, and the track is Frozen Landscapes. Another favorite of mine, this one coming out of Germany in 1993, and also a turning point for this band and their sound, and talking about Morgoth Odium and the title track, which is an instrumental. This next instrumental comes from an EP, one of my favorites, and coming out of Germany in 1987, Destruction Mad Butcher, and the instrumental, The Last Judgment. This next one comes from Sweden, and it's the last album released by the band before they broke up, and I think it's a great one. And the track is called Terminus, and it's from the album Sweven by Morbus Kron. This next one is a band that's maybe not really liked by fans of thrash and death metal, but it's one of my favorite bands, and I'm talking about Faith No More and their album The Real Thing. The instrumental is Woodpecker from Mars. I think this next instrumental is one that you could play for someone that doesn't even listen to extreme music, and they could definitely appreciate it or maybe even enjoy it, because I think it's phenomenal. Talking about Insanity from King Diamond, The Eye. this next album, released in 1986, really needs no introduction, and it's definitely a big turning point for me when I heard this. And the instrumental is definitely a standout track, and talking about Orion from Metallica, Master of Puppets. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.